Plane is directed by Jean-Francis Riget. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. I know I absolutely did. And stars Gerard Butler and Mike Coulter. After landing his storm-damaged aircraft in a war zone, a pilot finds himself between the agendas of multiple militias planning to take the plane's passengers hostage. Now look, going into Plane, this January-released Gerard Butler action movie, I was not expecting Shakespeare. I wasn't expecting this gripping character drama with so much heart and depth to it. No, I was expecting a dumb, fun action movie. And if it was stupid but still fun, yeah, that's what I was expecting, and that's honestly all that I wanted from this movie. And since I'm like 99% sure that's what most people who walk into this theater want from this film, the only question is it dumb fun? Kind of. If you're just going into this movie looking for some really good action sequences, yeah, this movie has a fair few of them. The shootout sequences are very creative and using a lot of stealth tactics and a lot of really awesome weaponry that you wouldn't instantly think of. Like the landing gear of the plane in one sequences. That was definitely one of my favorite action sequences in the whole movie. But probably my favorite action sequence was probably the first fist fight that we get in the movie with Gerard Butler. It's a one-shot action sequence with barely any choreography, and it's just a whole lot of struggling, and it really does make you feel the intensity of the moment, and it's definitely my favorite scene in the movie. Also, as someone who's not 100% familiar with airline flying, yeah, a lot of the sequences when the plane is in the air did get my anxiety going because, good God, if you have even the slightest fear of flying, yeah, this movie will not help. So yeah, even though the action sequences and some of the tensity is really good in the film, I'm sorry, a lot of this movie was just dull. When most people go into this movie, they are looking for ridiculous, dumb fun, and sadly, this movie takes itself way too seriously, and because of that, a lot of the pacing is so slow. Especially after the initial crash of the plane, it just sort of dies down in the film. All of the tensity is just sort of at a standstill as you're just waiting for eventually the terrorists and separatists to show up in the film. But the problem is they don't show up for a good long while. So what felt like half an hour, we're stuck with a whole bunch of characters that we don't care about, have very little personality to them, and any development that was given to them in the first 5 minutes of horribly set up exposition. None of the characters get any development, and even the acting isn't bad, but it's not really good either. It's not nearly over the top in either direction to make anything fun. Even when we're in the headquarters of this airline and they're trying to figure out how they can save the passengers and crew of the crashed plane, there are a couple characters that are very obvious action movie stereotypes, but even they're not allowed to do much. While all the stuff on the island just waiting for the terrorists to show up goes on for a while, all of the stuff in headquarters is way too quick. There's no balance between the two, so it just feels messy, and it definitely feels like a lot of scenes were left on the cutting room floor. And when I say that, I'm honestly giving the movie the benefit of the doubt, because when we're in the headquarters scenes, they are given information so quickly and so instantly, in my head I'm thinking, is this just lazy writing, or lazy editing that cut out a whole bunch of scenes of them attaining this information? So bottom line, is this movie dumb fun like I'm sure everyone who goes into this movie wants? Kind of, but honestly, not really. The action sequences are pretty cool, and the sequences on the plane do pack a lot of intensity. But not only are the characters and the acting boringly generic, but the movie has so many pacing issues and takes itself so seriously that, with the exception of the action, this movie is not very fun. It's basically just an hour and 40-minute movie that leaves no impact. You're probably just going to forget about the film the minute you leave the theater, and it just commits the biggest sin that a dumb, fun action movie could possibly commit. It's not dumb fun. It's dumb dull. I'm going to give Plane a C-. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite dumb fun action movie? For me, I mean, come on. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best, and don't forget to click subscribe and click the bell icon down below to stay up to date on all things movie, all things TV, all things nerd.